My name is Sergio Avila. I am a biologist and program manager with Sky Island Alliance, and I help coordinate and organize these expeditions. My discipline, I study mammals. I study monitor mammals and wildlife corridors. So I have been working with big cats like jaguars and mountain lions for the last 10 or 15 years. And we've also been working with smaller species like ocelots and coatis and other tropical species that live up here in the north. That's part of the most exciting side of my job. When you are studying an animal that is not very easily seen, you have to learn how to read their sign. You have to learn what to look for in some places to know if they're there. So we look for tracks, we look for scat or poop, we look for kill remains, we look for animals that have been killed and they leave some of the remains in some places. And by putting together all this information, we understand better what they're eating, where are they moving, when they are moving, etc. Another way to study the animals is through remote cameras, which are these devices that have a camera and a sensor and that we locate in different remote places to get photographs all day and night of the species that live there. Studying predators and understanding why predators are in one place is a way to get some sort of a diagnostic of the whole ecosystem. One of the better known examples are wolves in Yellowstone. And we knew about how impoverished Yellowstone National Park was when the wolves were gone, and we knew how rich it became when wolves came back. And that means that there is a balance between the predators and the prey species, and also a balance between the prey species and the grass, if they are herbivores, water, and also a richer habitat that also birds and many other species enjoy. So having the top of the food chain present in one place completes all that balance and ecological processes. And it is exactly what is happening in the Sky Islands with the presence of jaguars in recent decades. There are different questions. The most basic one is having a baseline information, baseline data on what species of plants and animals, invertebrates, are in Sierra de Huérfana. That is the most basic thing. Get an inventory of plants and animals. The next one could be, what are the values of these plants and animals? And there are different values. It can be scientific values, it can be ecological values, and there's definitely the element of educational values, formal and informal education. Another very important value is the cultural value. We might find species that are used locally or that are important culturally. And I think one of the most important things is understanding, based on the species that we find, what are the species that need protection, what are the species that are endangered or threatened, and that with this designation would be protected in Sierra de Huérfana. I had the opportunity some years ago to work on projects monitoring owls. So I learned that sometimes at night you can call owls and they will respond. So I was fairly close to the campground, and I started whistling for this owl that I was hearing, and the thing just blew over my head and it just stood right there. And it was so cool. It's just an owl this big that is looking at you with big eyes, kind of trying to see who is this guy whistling at me. So I went and got the expert, the ornithologist. I told him I started whistling and this thing came and flew over my head and it's right there. And the excitement of the ornithologist, I can't remember his name now, his excitement was the best feedback. I guess I realized that I like enthusiasm, and if people get excited, he was jumping in the middle of the road at night just saying, yes, we saw this screech owl and he's right there, and then he started looking at it more and trying to understand what kind of species it was, and he was very excited to see it. And sharing that excitement is always a good part of these expeditions. On a personal level, protecting land for conservation with the support of state and federal agencies, universities, local communities, scientists from all over the place crossing borders to come and do it, is a dream. It's a dream to bring so many people, so many resources together in one place that we all care about. And even if we don't live there, even if we're far from it, we know that we did something to protect nature as it is at that moment, and maybe to improve it. Who wouldn't like to be part of protecting Denali, Yosemite, Yellowstone? This could be the next Yellowstone. This could be the next Grand Canyon. This could be the next Everglades in Florida. This is an important place for many species in Sonora. This is a priority area of conservation in North America. This is definitely a priority area for northern Mexico. So personally, being part of this makes me feel like we're leaving a legacy. We are giving something to the world, we're giving something to the natural world, and at the same time we are generating scientific information, educating new students, bringing new people interested into this, and making an example that today in 2014 there are pristine places still in North America worth protecting, worth restoring, and I am just so proud and enthusiastic about being part of expeditions like this.